Right. G'day there, ladies and ledians. Welcome back to Mystery Dungeon. How's it going, everybody? I've updated my artwork a bit, so now we've got the kind of room that we're in. Last time we added the little straw beds, and then this time we're adding a bit of detail about the layout. I kind of did it off memory, but I guess I gotta add a bit more greenery next time. Maybe at the window as well. But we'll get there. So last time we went on our expedition to Fogbound Lake. Found the time gear. Didn't return with it, but defeated a Shining Groudon, which was pretty cool. It's interesting what this Pokemon is because, like, it's something that you don't really think of having a footprint. And so, Radu not being able to identify kind of makes sense. Yep, so it's a Dustimore. And so, does it have a footprint? And given what we know about Dustimore, from, I guess spoilers, it seems pretty interesting that he's very interested in that expedition. Alright, so we do have some jobs saved up from before the expedition, so we'll see if there's anything of better value. Let's see, that's 500 for Mount Horn. One of those is probably like an egg or something. Decent amount of money for Mount Horn, but we're getting more value out of the Portable Cave. yeah, gotta sort out our items a bit. Oh, hello. Craggy Coast? No thanks. Get some good old gummies in my belly. Overall increases my stats and increase my IQ, which is always useful. Cool. So let's sort out our inventory, because besides gummies, what we're going to be using our money for is the occasional TM, maybe a link shop here and there, but it's mostly Zatu's little shop. So first let's store some items. And then let's take some items out. So might need to, there we go, filter it a bit. We need gummy, bunch of gummies, very useful. Oh, we got citrus berry, neat. Got some good stuff in here. But we're also here for the boxes. Oh, and the Zatu's name is now Panic instead. One thing I think is a quality of life is that you can appraise all at once rather than one at a time, which is pretty cool. Well, none of that's useful for me. So, if you don't know, Zatu can reveal the boxes to get a variety of items, and there's a good chance that you get a Pokemon exclusive item, which will increase like some stats or give you an extra passive effect if you have it in your inventory. Then you can combine it, well, you can trade like, I don't really remember how to do it, but you can do some trading with Kroyunk to exchange like certain combinations of them to create like better and better gear. A lot of them at like the final level are things like, you know, it gives you full immunity to a certain damage type, right, for Pokemon. So for example, as a Joltik, right, there might be something that's like Galvantula or Joltik themed, where it gives you immunity to say like fire or rock damage. You know? Or it could be something like I don't know, those are kind of the main ones. Some of them are, I'm trying to really think. Some of them might allow you to like walk on terrain, like you know, maybe allow you to walk on water or something, but for the most part it is going to be like a damage immunity. And there are ones where it's for for all Pokemon of a certain type rather than of a certain Pokemon. And so if you can combine all those items together kind of thing, you can get some really powerful stuff going, you know? But because it's you know, an item you have to have in your inventory, right? If you ever wipe out, there's a good chance you lose it, and so it is very risky. I usually don't end up really going for it. You know, I usually just go for other items that would be useful if I have to prepare, you know. You should never underestimate a like an iron berry, a reviver seed, even just an apple or max elixir. Those are like the main good items. But obviously there are others as well. Just drinking a lot of gummies. Alright, that's it for my gummies for now. So, we should be good to go on our mission. Excellent. Alright, we're still in manual mode from the Groudon battle. There we go, back to automatic. That's the only item from our IQ skill. Okay. So, Fury Cutter, there we go. Money is never a bad thing to get. Oh yeah, so what was the IQ skill that we got? Type Advantage Master. Oh. Okay, that's pretty cool. No. I don't really know what we want to have as a third member. You know, like, it's interesting. Because, like, a lot of the missions in this game are, you know, only for the main duo, right? There's a lot of dungeons where you can't really bring another one in, like, for a long time. And so having partner Pokemon is only really for, like, the post-game. And for the post-game, you either really want to focus on a duo, like your main duo, or you want to go solo because, you know, normally it's a lot easier to manage yourself when you're solo. But the quality of life doing a duo or triple isn't that bad. Back to our conversation yesterday, I do like the blinking eyes. Yeah, you kind of, that's pretty quickly. Hope you managed to sort out your thingy. Another pilot, get out of here. Can't talk much again today, but I can have you on in the background today. That sounds good. You know, I like to kind of yap even if no one's watching. Sometimes I can't always yap, but you know, it's good. Yeah, so I've got my blinking animation. Show us, get out of there. Please get out of the. Yes. Okay, so it can move out of there. Okay. The manual we want. Alright, we found shells. I was trying to hide in the water, but we got it. Yeah, so I do have some. No, we got other missions to do. I have a few different emotional states for my PNG tribute. Ready? So I've got angry. I've got sassy. And then I've got confused. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but they are a bit blurry. And, you know, they're not the most detailed anyway, like, I don't have, blinking animations for those states. I don't have my updated face with the, like, you can see on, like, my face, right, that I've got the little black lines, around my mouth, but on my regular face I don't have it. Oh yeah, I've also made it so that when I'm talking in my angry state, it's a bit more shaking, as if I'm like really angry. Are you yelling at the drop bear again? I think drop bear was doing good yesterday. Didn't do much, and when he was useful, he was very useful. So, yeah, not really yelling at the drop bear. But yeah, what do you think of my different emotional states? I could have added the like the sad one and determination, and also the whimsy one, like the with the musical note. But I didn't really want to do that. I just figured that fate would be good enough for now. Eventually, I might rebrand my image, right? Like, make it maybe a bit better, or get some kind of artist to help out or something, but. And then I'll have to update kind of everything. So I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. Okay. We still got more to do. So, yeah, that's a thing for down the line, but for now this is fine, you know? Oh. Alright. So, 6, 7, and 8, Shingling, got it. We got one big 4. That's why I went for the little dino persona. I can dress him how I need. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Like, there isn't much I'd change about my design. I like the idea of the top hat and the bow tie. But I might put like L and M on the bow tie instead of the black and red checkered pattern, you know? Maybe I'll design the top hat a bit more so it's not just like a whack rectangle. So, we're here for Qingling, right? Please tell me it's not bugged. Arrest Qingling. Could be on the water somewhere. Because all the Pokemon that are spawning are just regular ones. Maybe... So I'm not entirely sure why it's like this anyway, but this mission seems to be kind of bugged. Oh well, guess we move on. Yeah, have I got anything to stop him? No. Good thing you can't go on water. There we go. Ran into a nasty bug in my MMO yesterday. We all got stuck in the door and it still triggered the boss fight. No fight back. Total loss. Ah, man, that sucks. Like when the game is bugged and you can't like damage or you can't like move and so you just get destroyed. That's rough. Is it the Star Wars one that you were talking about? Or is it something else? We should have some kind of apple, yep. That should last us. There we go. Nice. So we weren't able to complete that mission about Qingling, but overall we did pretty good. Yeah, the Old Republic, they're slowly updating the game to DirectX 12, so some areas are working completely. I'm kind of surprised it was still being updated. I thought it was like a long gone kind of MMO. No, I didn't actually mean to accept you. Dang it. Gave a false hope. Still, getting some gummies isn't too bad. Broadsword, the company that refuses to let games die out of pure spite, picked it up. They're even programming new updates for the game. Interesting. Because, yeah, I knew about there was, like, some Star Wars MMO, right? But I figured it would be, like, so ancient that it wouldn't really be worth, like, getting into. You know, similar to, like, RuneScape or, like, old, like, World of Warcraft or something. You know, so I'm like, oh, okay. It's, something that I could have gone into. But it seems like it's still active, huh? I mean, that's good, you know, if you enjoy that game. Just hopefully I can fix all the bugs. Also got Pokemon Links up and running again. So yesterday I put out a new episode. I think it's a pretty interesting one. Which means we don't really have a job today. Because I know what's about to happen. Apparently I got back in at the perfect time. Big things on the horizon. Well, that's always good. You know, when the stars align and you get back into something at a good time, or when you buy something that just got on sale or something, you know? Like, rather, you wait until... You wait because you were thinking about buying the game, and then when you do decide to buy the game, it's on sale. That's always a good sign, you know? It's definitely a bit of bad luck when you buy something and then it goes on sale like the day after. That feels really rough. Way more active than you thought it would be. It doesn't feel like anyone's left. None of my old guild is active except for like 2 people, but the graphic system fixes that. Yeah, fair enough. You know, you can make a new guild. Actually, we've got a box that we gotta open up. But yeah, with my facial expressions, right, if I need to, say, wink to the audience, I can just go wink wink, wink wink, you know? So when I'm burying Pokeballs on Sunday, you know, I can do some hidden communication to my chat. I gotta catch up on links. Fair enough. There is a compilation of season 3 if you need to catch up, but theoretically you don't need to watch any previous episode to watch the latest one. you can kind of watch them in whatever order, really. Did you end up at least seeing the season finale? Because I put a fair bit of effort into the script of that one, you know? It's also the debut of my different facial expressions. So, you know, you get to see me other than just being happy, I guess. Ooh, gold ribbon. Isn't that just like worth about 2,000 or so? Not bad. Black gummy, yellow gummy. Apple was looking good with 3 gummies. Wait, hang on. Gold ribbon and beach Kyoto, that's a very easy job. Oh, but we gotta find people. Eh. I think Apple Woods is good. So what's on this side? And extra 300. Sounds good. Big Apple. Pitchback Explosion. No. None of that's useful, so we're going to go Apple Woods. Rescue, rescue, search. Fine. That is doable. And search. Apple Woods are going to be loaded today. Right. No escort, no delivery. I love it. But yeah, with Pokemon Links, you can watch them in any order. And so, don't feel too bad, you know? And I've at least got 4 more kind of ideas in mind for the next set of Pokemon Links. After that, I'll need to start thinking about it a bit more. But I'm sure I'll think of something. Gummy. Always useful. But yeah, I am interested in doing the wrestling of the Poketubers at some point. I feel like it'd be fun. You know, it would have to be something like a best of 1. That way we can get through a bunch of matches in kind of one go. Oh, Toasted, I believe that's useful, right? I am. Not bad. Yeah, you know, we'd have to make it a best of 1. That way we can get through like a tournament kind of thing in one go. If we made it best of 3, depending on how many we have, that's gonna be a lot, you know? But yeah, I'm curious to see like what you kind of cook up for our costumes and stuff. And oh, that's the what's the evolution of Fuecoco? Because I never actually got around to Scarlet and Violet. Crocodile, okay. I knew the final one, the Scaled Edge, but I didn't remember the middle one. So I think then that means that we are getting a bit of scaled Pokemon throughout the game. Not bad. Reflect, not that useful. Yeah, we're getting dart tricks as well. Yeah, I reckon it'll be pretty fun. See what kind of... We keep most matches 1-4. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's like a best of one kind of thing. It probably will help speed it up, you know? It'll be interesting to see like what my special attack would be, or like my, you know, unique signature attack. You know, like, do I jump from the tightrope? Do I grab a chair? I don't know. But I think it'll be fun. And for the most part, I'm just kind of curious about what you... how you create me. Because from what I hear, right, the character maker in the wrestling games are actually like pretty good, and so you can actually build a pretty realistic version of people. So that should be fun. And there's Panko. That was a good level up. Alright. Good to continue on. Nice, button shot got stronger. And it's a male as well, so definitely not useful. What am I searching for here? I guess we're searching for Geodude. Alright, must be over this way. There we go. Hate this layout. A bunch of ways to go. We can eat an apple. what I find to be interesting about these games, right, is that if you're playing on emulator and you save state, like from the very first floor, right, you can rest assured knowing that everything about the dungeon will be the exact same. All the future floors will be the exact same. All the monster houses and traps will be in the same spots. You know, and so you could do everything exactly the same again and get the same outcome. It's not like pure RNG, it's more like RNG based off what you do in a turn. And so like, if you save state, right, and you wanted to capture a, well, if you wanted to defend a Pokemon, right, and I attack with Thundershock, knock it out, it could not want to be with me. If I return and then said, no, I'm going to use Giga Drain instead, it could go, oh, would you like to, you know, be friends now? You know, so it's pretty useful if you are fine with save states. And normally I am, but for this playthrough I'm not going to. But I imagine some of the wrestler people of the SPC would be interested in joining. So we got Joy. Joy seems to know a bit about wrestling. We got Augie, I think. I think Augie knows a bit about wrestling. I don't know, but definitely Joy. So I think she would be fine if you, you know, asked to make a character of her. She can either like give you details about herself or about like what her ideal character would look like. As far as I know, she doesn't have like an avatar or you know, face reveal yet. And so you just gotta be a bit careful with that. Thunder Wave is so good. And I believe that's all our missions, so we can retreat now. Gummy, 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 gummy. Good old Hyper Beam. That was a good hole. Got a lot of good guns out of that. Plus some extra stuff. I really like the overall plot of this game, like how it really kind of keeps it there but doesn't really enhance it too much. And then it slowly starts to escalate, like it's really like in the background of your mind, but it's still there. You know, like the game can't end right now because we still have the Time Gear mystery to sort out. You know, so having like this interweave of the narrative like this is pretty good. Like, if the Time Gear plotline kind of just started about now, it wouldn't feel as good, you know? But since it started like kind of near the start, it's really good at being interwoven. Ooh, was that Pokemon? I like this little part, ready? And wait for it. The Troll is like a signature part of Skuntank's like dialect, right? And so the fact that he wrote Troll in the letter is pretty funny and also revealing. You know? Like it would be like if Loudred randomly capitalized a word, you know? By writing it out. It's not necessary, but it is very fun, you know, in the world. That they write the same way that they speak. I just find it pretty fun. Alright, we got a bunch of gummies to eat. And we got some boxes to appraise. One of them that's useful for me. So let me just do that. Makes it a bit easier. Get all our gummies out. Come. time for a drinking session. If you guys want, I can fast forward through this. Make it a bit easier for the viewer. Oh, survivalist. I forget what that one does. But it's gotta be good, right? Hey, Mr. Browser! How's it going? What's this? This is Mystery Dungeon, but a quality of life ROM hack called Explorers Remixed. So I'm not too sure if you're familiar with the Mystery Dungeon games. But I did send you another invite on Discord, so hopefully that has worked out. But otherwise you can try the video, and then in the video description there should be a link. I think some people have issue, it might be because like using it on a mobile device. Usually when people have an issue with it, it is because they're doing it on mobile, and Discord on the phone is actually kind of scuffed, at least for me, so I imagine it's similar to you. Ah yes, I just didn't play it. Yeah, accepted the invite, thanks, cool. I will put, I'll give you a personalised greeting when I'm done with this. But at least for now you can, you know, poke your head around. But yeah, this is Explorers Remix. It's got a bunch of quality of life, including some new Pokemon, such as the Pokemon on screen. You know, Joltik and Zora are not normally in this game, and so we get to play as them, because why not? Also, do you like my little PNG tuber setup? I've got like, you know, bleeding animation every now and then. I've also got different expressions. Those are, you know, main three I've got. I could import more, but didn't want to go too overboard with it. At the moment I'm just kind of drinking some drinks that will increase my IQ and stats. And IQ will give me new passive abilities. Really cool, I know, right? I put a fair amount of effort into the blink. I had to figure out which way that I should go. Should they arch up or arch down, kind of thing. And however, the different expressions are a bit fuzzy. You know, I don't know why that is. I think I had a bit of trouble with it, but yeah, for some reason it's a bit fuzzy. Coffee for increasing your stats and your IQ, eh? Sounds about right. But yeah, the facial expressions are a bit fuzzy, and I do need to overall update it, but at least for now, it's good enough. You know, like, it gets the point across, you know? But it does mean I can wink to the audience. Wink, wink. But yeah, I can tell you about the quality of life if you're very familiar with this game, but if you're not, then probably don't worry too much about it. But I do recommend that, you know, if you are going to play this game, playing this version doesn't seem like such a bad idea. It'll give you, I guess, a little bit more enjoyment. It's not like a difficulty hack or anything, so it's not going to make it too much easier, but some of the quality of life is really useful. Oh yeah, we got new IQ skills, so what did we actually get? We got like survivalist, which does. Oh, okay. That's pretty good actually. Means we can get more belly out of eating, and grimy food isn't that bad. And then we also got course checker? I think that was what we got. No, we got the non-sleeper. Ooh. Okay, we can't fall asleep, which is really useful. Very useful indeed. 10 items on this floor. It must be a Kakyoin shop or something. Hey, Mimikyu. Alright, that would be not very effective. Ooh! Agility! That's really good. But I've already got so many good moves already. Unfortunately, I can't really have it, but you know, it is very good. But yeah, you know, happy that you managed to make it to my stream. And I hope that your streams are able to get better. It's a bit rough when it's constantly crashing out on you. Any idea what's causing it? Okay, so we can buy this. We can buy this. Well, we don't even need that. There we go. Another Kakyoin shop. Well now. We can buy one more. Don't want to steal from Kakyoin unless we had okay, we don't have enough to really steal from him. Because if you don't know, this Kakyoin is like the strongest Pokemon in the game, but only if you steal from him. He teleports to you, for starters. He conjures up more Kakyoin, right? They're like about level 90. So they got really good stats. They got Fury Swipes, so they can hit multiple times in a turn. They are also at higher speed. Get this move out of here. Also at a high speed, so they can really catch up to you, and also they're really easy to KO you. So all thing is pointing to it being a very tough battle. However, if you are able to use some items, right, you can steal from him. For example, there's a seed that teleports you to the next, well, to the stairs or the next floor. So if you steal all the items and then teleport, right, you can effectively get away with it. Hey, fellow joystick. That's kind of cool. The drop bears are doing it. Yeah. They do get up to a lot of things, don't they? You know, there's also an orb that teleports all items on the floor to you, so that's another way to do it. Hey! Yeah, my going that I bought. Punk. I spent 800 on that. I think I'm some kind of dinner plate. Yeah, definitely not worth going around for that. Alright, next part. Yeah, I don't think Dust Noir gets as many expressions in the base game, which is very nice. It would have been epic to have an actual Pokemon anime based off this game. We have really is well, we got another purple going to replace. That's something, but could have been more. What we really get is like a couple like 30-minute like kind of test trailers. They're not really like an episode kind of thing. It's more like a highlight of what could have been. You know, I'm not sure if it feels like you could watch all of them in half an hour, or if each of them were about half an hour. But they've got a few teasers about what a Mystery Dungeon anime could have been like. And so I do recommend trying to look it up on YouTube. It follows the plot of these games a bit loosely. But, if you know Yu-Gi-Oh, right? The voice of Yugi, the fairy version of Yugi, is Grobar in the Mystery Dungeon, the teaser anime thing. Oh, Swift. Not as useful. Very low PP for what it is. If it was like an all hits everyone in the entire room, then it would be a bit more worthwhile. But for 8 PP just for in front, it's not that useful. But yeah, I forget what it's called, but if you look up Mystery Dungeon anime, you should be able to find them. And it would actually be really good if they had this as an anime, right? Because that means, right, that they could alternate between the Pokemon anime and Mystery Dungeon or Pokemon Ranger, you know? Which would allow for more time in between generations, you know, because you can make TCG products about the Mystery Dungeon or Ranger anime, right? Which means that you wouldn't need a new Pokemon game as often, which means that you could put more effort into each Pokemon game. So everyone wins, you know? Like, there's no real downside to it. Another shop. I don't have enough. Oh, I don't have enough money for one. You know, like, am I spitting facts or am I just being a bit of a dreamer? Alright, now we get to the bit of a boss battle. Now I don't know if this is going to be changed or not. Raikou? Did not expect that. Because like Time and Darkness, it's like I think it might be Luxio and Luxray, and then in Sky it's Electric and Electric. But it could be a bit wrong about that. But it seems like this time it's Raikou and Electric. Alright, switching to manual mode. All of them with free attack is going to be very annoying. And the wave is so nasty. Do we not have an on-rate? No, we do. This is really bad. Okay, we're doing it. Get rid of that one over there. I missed. Yeah, defense is so low. Okay. Don't really have much else. But we gotta start whacking this guy. I might gear drain for a bit of health. Yeah, with our defense. We gotta keep gear draining just so that we can maintain ourselves a bit. While Zoe goes for an echoed voice. Hooray! We did it. That could have been rough. Especially with it having quick attack. Oh boy. Right, that's a change I didn't really see coming, but I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I really like how they really portray Dustin as a good guy at this kind of point in the story. You know, like he's so knowledgeable. He just helped us out with that confrontation. He managed to detect Team Skull without any issue, and is really quick to throw down his hands. You know. Like, it really makes him seem like really kind. Which is really good. For what the story wants. Here we go. Yeah, the dimensional screamability. It's pretty useful. Like, and it's not really like a, you know, pulling it out of nowhere kind of thing. Like, it is useful, but it's not the most useful. And it has really good ties to the overall story, so I feel like it's fine. It's not really like a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. Like, it's always meant to be part of the story. Gala. Which is the creator of this quality of life romhack. And so I'm guessing, I want to say her OC is a Leafeon. Oh, that's good art. That's a good pose for Leafeon. Let's see, how are we going for time? About 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. So we might, like, you know, get our gummies, get a new job for the day, and then maybe get caught there and do it next week. Oh wait, was there something that we're doing today? I thought it would just be like a regular day. I don't know, it's just kind of a meeting. Like, shouldn't we send the Diggle and Dugtrio over there? Like, If we have to send Doug Trio anyway, couldn't we send Doug Trio there? I don't know, like... I feel like Doug Trio at the desert would make it a lot easier. Alright, well, I guess we don't know where we're going, but we can at least have some gummies. And then we'll call it there. Smeagol there. Hello. No. Alright, let's drink some more gummies and then we'll call it there. Getting our IQ up is going to be really useful for later on, and also all the different stats that we're getting along with it, you know? It's always good. Two more. Okay, we'll just sort out our inventory and stuff a bit. Shiny carrots. Hooray! Okay, we might get some items out, that way we don't have to scrounge around for an apple or an orange berry. And that should be enough. Alright, so that is going to do it for today's stream. We made some good progress. We rescued Azrael and Mariel. At least got their item back. Drank a bunch of gummies, got some good progress overall. And so next week we'll be chasing down on Gala, the Leafeon. So, I would like to thank everyone for watching, either now or in the future. And yeah, I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.